Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. And this video, I'm sharing with you personal year 3 for 2020. Before I do that, let's take a look at what the universal energy has in store for us. It's a 4 energy, and how do I know this? By adding together all the digits of the current year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 equals 4. What does that mean in brief? It means structure and stability, order and planning, building. It's big on building, but building from the foundations up. The 4 is about limitations, knowing your limitations and turning them into your strengths. It's also about grounding, laying our roots so that we are strong as we move forward. To understand more about the energy for 2020, do go check the link above. Understanding this is beneficial because it's the first energy we work on, and then our own personal year works on top of this. Let's move on to personal year 3. The birthday I'm using for this is the 25th of October. We're going to reduce down the day and the month and add it to the current year. 25, 2 plus 5 is 7. October's the 10th month, 1 plus 0 is 1. And we've got the 4 from the universal year. 7 plus 1 plus 4 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. To understand how to calculate, if you've got a more complicated or just want to understand a bit further, do go check how to calculate video up above in description below. So we're working on a personal 3 energy. Different energy from last year. Last year was about how you interacted with others and relationships, and we may find that this year becomes a little bit more focused on you. At times it could feel self-centered, and we need to take stock if it gets to be that way. But it is an energy that focuses on you and how you feel. Your aim over this year is to find happiness in everything you do. Let go of judgment in order to do this, because this will help you find more happiness in even the mundane. We're looking to feel joy and contentment. We're looking to be fulfilled, and the way we can do this is by feeling our feelings, whether they be pain or joy. They are teaching us something. I mentioned in many of my videos about the emotions. They are our personal sat-navs, and this year, as a personal year 3, this is what you're going to be looking into. So how do you feel in each moment? When you ask yourself regularly how you feel, you come back into the now. The now is the only place you can make a real strong decision from. It's the foundations. It's what the 4 energy is telling us, is to be in the now. So you're looking to work and live on the brighter side of life. As they say in that Monty Python movie, I almost sang, that would have been terrible. Always look at the bright side of life. That's what this energy is all about. So live on the brighter side of life. There will be opportunities all around you this year. The only way that you will see them as opportunities is when you release your unhappiness, when you release your old wounds, your old story, your old dramas. Yes, they all happened, and they've brought you to this point, this personal year 3. So go through the emotions when they come up. Don't dismiss them, because you'll be like a volcano, and then all of a sudden you're going to erupt, and you really don't want that to pan out. So release this, and then you'll see the opportunities and not the challenges. This year's about free will, and we all want to be free, but it's about being free to choose what we want to do, free to decide what we're responsible for, free to act on what we're responsible for. So there's a lot of conflicting energy going on, and the best way to dissolve the conflicting energy is to steer yourself towards the positive, steer yourself towards the happy side. Optimism, pessimism. You know, either way we go, there'll be a result. Just ask yourself, what do you want your results to be? And if things keep coming up, that's the universe telling you to work on these emotions. The emotions are your sat nav, and that is what's going to guide you. They'll get you in the right place at the right time when you've learned to work with them. It's a year where you need to be self-expressive, so express who you are. It's a time for creativity. It's certainly a year of optimism, very optimistic. You will, if you're floating on this more happiness, become an inspiration and inspire others. It's very fun, imaginative and social energy. It's very much what the energy was for the universe last year, even though things probably didn't feel like that. That depends on what's going on. But I mentioned last year, is really about owning your emotions, going with them and expressing yourself. On the flip side of this, it's an energy where you can feel very scattered, melodramatic and superficial. This is a year that you don't want to be superficial. You need to own who you are. Let go of who other people think you should be and become yourself. Let go of people pleasing. You know, there's two people in you and you're attempting to please this person and you don't please that person, or you please them and you don't please yourself. The thing is, most of the time, someone's not pleased, which affects everybody. But please yourself and let them deal with their own feelings. It's all about pleasing yourself. I talk about the 4 elements of the body: the physical, mental, emotional and spiritual. And the 4 energy is looking at the physical energy. That's the universe will have us dealing with the physical part of our well-being. But this year for you is very much about the emotional body. So it's about your emotions. Express how you feel. Use this in your creativity, whether you're an actor, a writer, a dancer, a graphic designer, an artist, whatever it is. It's a year to allow that to flourish. If you don't happen to be in the creative field, that's not a problem. Use your creativity to express yourself, to solution solve. That's the element that when we've been in education has been squashed. We've been very logically institutionalized. And this 3 energy is asking you to flip open the other side of your brain. Now, with all the feelings going on, it could be a little bit like hubble, bubble, boiling trouble. I've mentioned the volcano erupting, and it could well be that. Address your emotions when they come up, knowing that you want to go to a higher vibrating, fulfilling, loving, connecting, happy, joyful emotion. I'm not asking you to avoid those emotions, deal with them, but do it so that you can be taking you to this forward point. So own your feelings, find your voice. You may become a writer, a singer, an actor, presentations. It could be that you start blogging or whatever, but find your voice. Speak up, not aggressively, assertively. Speak up with passion and love. When you're in alignment with you, what you say out is less judged by others because it's you. And even if it is judged, it doesn't matter because it's you and it feels right for you. Live in the now, so that you can always be working with your emotions over this year. Now, the spiritual element, I've told in each one of these videos, there's a spiritual thing that you'll be working on. And for yourselves, it's about self-acceptance. Accept you for who you are. Accept you, how you show up externally and internally. Accept you, no matter what society says isn't right about you. But accept you. When you can accept you, so can your relationships, your employers, your employees, your customers, your clients, your neighbors. Is know who you are and become congruent with that. This is a year of self-acceptance. Except if you make if you make a mistake or you've done something that you need to own up to, then accept it. Only when you accept things and you can come back into the now can you ever move forward. It's a year of the dark side, the shadow self, and you want to get to the light side. You can only do this when you look at what's going on, what's brought you to this point. It's a year where you may reinvent yourself, have a makeover. What I'm saying, it's not so much of reinventing yourself, but finding yourself. Often we see the threes have a makeover, a haircut, a new face making, whatever you do with your makeup. It could be that you work out, you change your wardrobe. You may well even change your home, your environment that you live in. You want to find ways of expressing yourself. And like I say, if you're not in the creative industry, perhaps that's where you're going to make this. It's a year of contribution for you. And when I say contribution, I'm saying by you contributing, by you being yourself and passionate about what it is that you do and love, what you're contributing there is inspiration for others to do the same. And people may flock to you. You may become a beacon of light, because this is really the yellow sunny energy, the sunny side, the optimistic side is. But whatever they ask you, it's not about necessarily what you did to get where you are, but it's about owning who you are as each individual person that you talk to get to where they are. Let go of people pleasing. It's not going to work. And let go of this thing. I grew up with it. When things aren't working out and you say, oh, well, there's people less, there's always someone worse off than me. Let go of that mindset. Yes, there are. And there are also people in a way better position than you. But don't let that one drag you back or down or stop you doing things. You want to move forward. And with all the upheaval going on in the world and the dramas and everything else, you can feel guilty about wanting to expand and grow, wanting to follow your dreams and your passions. You know what? When you do that, you become this inspiration that those less fortunate than you may turn to you as an inspiration and guidance, and then one day come along and thank you for this. The three energy is like a virus. It's influential. Would you get that? Influential. I love it. The energy of the three energy can raise people up or pull people down. You can attract vibrancy and buoyancy, or you can attract doom and gloom. It's a bit like the media, the way they use it. That's very three energy. Let go of the media. Find your own stories. Create your own stories. This is a year of radiating out your own light. Ask yourself, the friends that you mix with, are they friendships that you're seeking or approval? Let it go. It's about self-acceptance this year, and focus on what it is that you want. Live your life, not another's. And the question I'm asking you now is, what did you dream about? What did you start? What did you want to start back in 2018, 2 years ago, in that one energy? Now is the time. If you've let it go, pick it back up again. This is going to be a great year. Seriously, it's going to be a great year for you. And now it's time to look at 2020 month on month. Now, I have a monthly forecast video that I release on the universal energy. Do go take a look at the playlist above. Check it out every month. It's well worth knowing, because remember, this is the energy that we're working off on. January. For you, it's a 4 energy. That's just where the universe is right now. So you're in alignment with the universe for this month. Structure, stability, work. It might feel dull after all that I've just said is in store for you this year, and it could also feel restricting. If it does, just note your limitations, because we're going to turn them into your strengths. Your 3 energy is kicking and wanting to go. And so while it's work-based or effort-based, action-based, bring in your inspiration, your ideas, your motivation into your relationships or your work environment. Express your ideas, be creative, solution solve. Don't see problems and challenges, see opportunities and solutions, great ideas. Back everything up that you share or you work on with data and information. keep evaluations of your work, especially if you're in a creative field or you're a part of a team. I want to make sure that as time goes on, you do receive credit for what you're entitled to. So make sure you keep all your information over this month. Cross your T's, dot your I's, keep things in order, look after your health and well-being, because the 4 energy is very physical, and bearing in mind you're in an emotional year, you could be having some traumas going on in your body that you don't really have the desire to deal with. You could feel scattered. The 3 energy and the 4 energy could be causing a scatteredness and procrastination. I do have a video on procrastination. Just check the links below, and it helps you work out what's causing you to procrastinate. Chances are you're not connected with the goal. So it's about having the buy-in to where you're heading. Let's move on to February and the 5 energy. All change. Last month's committed, work. This time we're looking for excitement. We may get some upheaval in this. We've put our ideas out. We may be sent on a relocation, or we're doing something in a different way than we would have done before. The upheaval comes along, so I'm saying expect the unexpected. If you've learned already to be in the moment, you'll be able to be responsive, resourceful, and move forward. It will be more excitement than anxiety that creeps in. Over this month, I want you to feel more relaxed than last month and less rigid. So relax, not rigid. It's important that we're free flowing. Creativity needs to be free flowing. And while the 4 energy is structure, just think about the architect here, where it is creative and structured. So bear that in mind as you move along through this year with that 3-4 energy. Now, it could be a time for travel, or time to make travel plans. In your schedule, plan for flexibility so that you can deal with what comes up. It could also be a month where you overindulge: food, drinks, entertainment, social, sex, drugs, rock and roll, etc. It's an addictive energy, so watch your desires. Where are they taking you? Desires are well, they could be like a shiny light that really is a piece of coal. So just bear this in mind, where those desires and those addictions and indulgences take you. Be adventurous and be you. Let's move on to March. March is 6 energy. We've been focused on work and you. Now this month is taking you domesticated, in the home, with the family. It's a time to be of service to others. Now, I know in my personal year 6 video, they're learning responsibility. If you come into this, you know, being of service to others is not doing everything for others. It's teaching others to do things for themselves, or supporting them as they go through it. So work out what you're responsible for and what they're responsible for. At home, if all the chores land on one person, share them out. All too often it is left to one person, and it can take a job, might take one person an hour, but if there's 4 of you and you split it, then it's 15 minutes and you've got more fun and social time. So this month could call on your time, your generosity, your effort. It's about making connections and listening and understanding where the other person's at. Don't fix it. If someone asks you for advice, that's okay. But if they just want a share, then let them share. And the same with you. Share what's going on for you, and maybe the support that you require, and see who can come up and help you with this support. The 6 energy, family. Now, we think about family and we might think, oh, loving families, but not all families are in that energy, and some families are challenged. So there can be either this real connection going on, or a lot of tug of war and emotions. It's a make-up, break-up energy. Ask yourself, is this relationship work? Does it support me? Are we moving forward in the same direction? Are we there for one another? If so, then make the connections and comprehend what's going on. If not, and it's confrontations coming up, decide, is it small stuff that is irrelevant, or is it big stuff that needs to be sorted, either with mediation or separation? It's a time for birth. It's also a time for endings. So it could be that there's new babies being born. It could be that some people may leave your life, whether that be their choice or through illness. It can happen, and I'm not saying it does happen to everybody. It's just that people around that maybe are poorly, just give them a little bit more time, a little bit more compassion, and listen to them, help them be in the right place. Okay, let's move on to April and the 7 energy. Pause, audit, slow down. It's time to self-evaluate. We started off with this 4 energy, and we've got the work and the creative juices are flowing, and we're moving through, and hopefully the home is all working. Now it's time to go back to you. This is a year about self-acceptance, and the 1 energy is about self-awareness. So if you've been building up on self-awareness and self-relationship and now self-acceptance, which is what's going on now, you want to see where you are. Look at your light and dark moods. Are they benefiting you? Deal with the dark moods, find the benefits, and move forward with them. Do your investigation, go within. If you find yourself dreaming or daydreaming or fantasizing, just feel it, see where it's taking you. It's your unconscious mind, it's source energy connecting, and there's a lot of value in this. Just make notes, have a journal, have a diary, something where you put this information. It's not a month to go full steam ahead on something new or work on something. This month is more about you. Let the work tick over and spend this time with you. Spend time contemplating. You might want to go on a retreat, a spa, a weekend, yoga, meditation, all of these things, whether it be for a moment in the day, a full-day weekend, a week, or whatever. The 7 energy is asking you to take time out, some me time. Do tell your family what you're doing, otherwise you'll look a bit aloof and they'll wonder why you're not doing the responsibilities that you were talking about last month in that home and 6 energy. So this is a time when you can do this. You'll learn to trust your intuition. And when we can go back to trusting our intuition, we seem to be in the right place at the right time and be able to make better decisions moving forward in our life. Let's move on to May. Now, May is an 8 energy, reward and recognition. This is proportional to the efforts you put in so far this year and over this epicycle, which started for you back in 2018. We reap what we sow, so your rewards will come that way. Take all rewards, take all recognition, and look at the good in it, the power in it, the lesson in it, to move forward. What's your vision in your business or your career? Are you in the right place? Do you need to expand? Do you need to leave? Do you need a new job? Is your company stagnant? Does it need to grow? Your creative juices were flowing this year. It's a great time to expand on whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's a job or your own business. Share your ideas and play full out. Look, it's time to be a leader and be seen. The 8 energy is the CEO. It takes people forward. You're the 3 energy of this inspiration. What do you want to take forward? How can you take your team forward to more amazing projects or concepts or results? It's a time for finalizing deals and contracts. It's a great time to get an investment into your business or home, a loan, a mortgage. So there is a chance that could come forward. Just be mindful of your finances. If you're going to the bank for a loan, make sure all your accounts are up to date, etc. Romance is favoured. I know it's a work month, but romance is favoured. So enjoy some time out. And if you've been working hard, do have this time out with your partner. Your partner is as important as your job. So take them on a date. Enjoy the romance. Let's move on to June. June is a 9 energy. You know, we've had some reward and recognition. Our creativity juices have been flowing. Things have been happening. We're working on our relationship. We're raising our vibration. Our light is shining. And now this 9 energy comes in, and all that success, it now feels possibly like it's the day after the big party, the big celebration. You may well even have had burnout. You've overdone it. You need some rest and repair time. Let go of the old. Let go of what's not been working for you. Let's close some doors, let go of some baggage, so we're feeling a little bit more lighter as the month goes on. Also, you've had a load of creative ideas. Maybe they're not all going to work. So sift through them, look what doesn't look like a viable possibility, and release it. It will only hold you back. It's a time to weed out what isn't necessary. It's a time to conclude, whether that be things at work, or certainly in your personal aspects of your life, relationships. What friendships are superficial? What friendships are draining you? Release them. They're not worth your energy or your guilt that you're not seeing these people. Just let it go and focus on the ones that are important to you. 9 is really, it's kind of like a cleansing energy. We're releasing, we're creating space, and we're doing this for next month. July is a 1 energy, opposite from that 9 energy. It's new beginnings, a supercharge of energy. You're raring to go again now. You've let everything go, and now we can move forward with this new energy. After the weeding, it's time to sow. We need a mindset switch. If this negative energy, these negative thoughts are still pulling you down, come on guys, let's just release them. We're focusing on happiness, we're focusing on positivity. Let all of this stuff, hopefully a lot came up last month and you dealt with it. But if not, still get that clearing out going, and do your best to come back to being in this inspirational, light, bigger, bolder, brighter energy. You're more creative now, and you have great ideas. These ideas could bring in a promotion, a career change, new clients, new direction, new branding, whatever it is. It can bring in new things. It can even bring in a new relationship if you're not already in a relationship. You're very charismatic, you're intense, and you're passionate. Just be mindful about overdoing it. Don't brag, don't be conceited about anything. Become charismatic and inspirational. And that way you inspire others to do the same. We're raising the vibration on the planet. Let's move on to August and the 2 energy. Quite a month again after last month. It's needed, honestly. It might not sound it at the moment, but it's needed. You'll find yourself more sensitive, cooperative, and supportive this month. This is the month I mentioned earlier about making sure you were diligent in and keeping track records of everything you do. I was talking to somebody the other day, and somebody had been taking credit for what they'd been doing. It may well happen to you this month that somebody is getting credit. Somebody else might have got promotion or noted for doing something. If you're in a group or you're a part of a business, make sure that you get credit for what you deserve, and do it diplomatically. This is a month of the peacemaker, so find a diplomatic, peaceful, harmonious way, but do your best to make sure that you get the recognition, the credit for whatever it was that maybe somebody else is taking the credit for. Good time for romance as well. 2 is always a good time for romance. So take time out again on your relationships. Work on your relationships are as important as your job. I often find that everything else can take over and relationships get forgotten and they turn stale. And this is why we have relationship challenges. With the 3, Be expressive, listen, connect. Make sure you've got some date nights this month. Have fun. Let's move on to September. Now, September is a 3 energy. September always brings us a double whammy of the personal year energy. So you're in a personal year 3, and now you've got a monthly energy of 3. And so I already said in the one month of July that you were all of these things. Now you've got it even higher. The passion, the creativity, the imagination, it's oozing out of you. Solutions can be solved. You're enthusiastic, and you have the opportunity to find new ways for old projects, or new ways to release old ways. It's a time of expansion and growth, and it's certainly a time, hopefully now, you can accept you for who you are. You've really been working on this aspect throughout the month and year, and you can feel it. It may be that people come back into your life that have been missing for a while. It could be some reconnections. Check out if they're short or long term, and give it the time, and either then agree to give it the time to keep that friendship or relationship back in, or release it. It could be that someone was from overseas, has come back. It could be a school reunion or something. But there is a chance that you might see or meet or spend time with someone from your past this month. Your energy is one that needs to uplift and inspire as you go. And the more you own this, the more rewards you will get, because people will come to you and explain that you're an inspiration. And they may well ask you how you've done it. How you've done it is not your step-by-step in your career path or your relationship path. How you've done it was becoming more aware of you, self-acceptance of you, who you are in each moment moving forward. Let's move on to October. October always gives us an insight, a taster for the year to follow, 2021. I know we just started this year, but if you're watching this on a rerun, going through this on month by month, because I highly recommend you pin the video so that you can do this. October brings a 4 energy. That's the energy again that the universe has. That's the energy you started this year with. But it's now you've gone through everything this year. You're really finding your feet. You're feeling more stronger. You've got foundations in place as you move forward. You're practical and disciplined. There is a chance of opportunities. You'll either see them as opportunity. Well, things will come your way, and you'll either see them as opportunities or challenges. The answer lies in knowing your limitations. Turn your limitations into your strengths, and then see if these opportunities work to your strengths and move forward. It could be that you've decided over this year, you've been in film editing or filmmaking, and you've discovered that actually editing's your thing. Then if editing's your thing, spend more time in the editing suite, spend more time doing editing in this as you move forward. So look at challenges and opportunities and see them as opportunities for your growth, or as confirmation of what you do or do not want. It's a month of effort, action and work. It's a month of details. Really make sure you've got this structure in place in all of your work, in everything at home, because as we move into next year, we really are building now more on what we've been doing up until this point. If you've agreed to do something, then meet those demands. If you agree to meet somebody somewhere, then meet them. If you've agreed to do something by a certain time, do it. By doing this, people are going to think more highly of you. And if promotion is on the cards coming up, it may well be next month, then there's a chance. If it's for business, you may start to be seen and heard. So it could also be a proposal that comes forward this month. It could be a proposal of marriage or a proposal of business. As long as you know where you're at, you're going to be able to do what I asked, which is make a decision swiftly. Make it so that you can use it or lose it. That's the answer. Decisions can just keep us like this, and we don't want to be like this. We want to be knowing where we're going. So if there is a proposal, an opportunity, respond quickly and move into that decision and go with it. Watch your finances and watch your health. Get your budgets in order, get your finances in order, and get your health in order. Next year is work, action, physical effort. So start creating some kind of health, well-being practices that work well for you. Sort your sleep out, your exercise, the food intake, and your social well-being. Let's move on to November. Now, November and December are like a test drive, a trial run as we move towards the end of this year and the beginning of next year. November is a 5 energy, and we've been setting things up last month, and that is really where we're going next year. But then change has come along. So perhaps now, maybe it's a change of location, a change of job, a change of career. It could be a promotion coming in. It certainly feels like an excitement as you come to the end of this year. Be adventurous. Take a little bit of risk in what you're doing and use the experience and see the results as you move forward. It could be a time where you misread others and you may well have been misread. The 5 energy is a bit dramatic and there could be misunderstandings. So make sure you're understood. If you've been working on this 3 energy, then you've learned how to express yourself. It could, and I'm saying this because it could appear that you're insensitive and you lack tact. So if there's any repercussion, you've only got yourself to be responsible for it. So deal with that. Avoid any conflicts where possible. And go back to, as we're coming to the end of this year, go back to, where are your feelings? Have you discovered more about you? Do you love you more? My saying is, it's your life, LYFE. Love yourself first every day. Do you really love all of you? Do you love all of your home, all of your family? Love isn't judgmental. Love is acceptance. And self-acceptance is really the link towards self-love. There could be some relationship issues because I mentioned that you could be insensitive or lack tact. So deal with any relationship queries, questions, challenges, confrontations, etc. It could be also that you've got this 5 energy and you're overindulging. You might be out too much and not at home with your partner. It could be that you're putting on weight, getting addicted to something. Take stock, see what's going on. Let's move on to your last month, December. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. December brings a 6 energy. There's been a lot going on this year and it's really been a year about you. Hopefully you've not been so self-centered that you've realized that there are other people around you, but it's about you. And we end the year back with the family now and back with the home. You'll be looked at, if you've shone this year, you are more of an inspiration now. And maybe the Christmas social scene has you out really mixing and connecting. Handshakes, well done. How have you done it? Can I work for you? Will you come and work for me? Whatever, wherever you are in all of this, there's certainly a lot of that going on. Chance are for you to give back to your community. It's a Christmas period. Families come together. You could have a very great family Christmas. It's a time for moving. Time for marriage. Why not? If you want to move in a house, and I've moved in December 3 times in my life. I think it's a great month to move. Some people might think, oh, it's too near Christmas, but really it's nice to end one year, leaving one place in preparation for moving to a new place. So bear that in mind. And it could be that you go away, have a Christmas wedding abroad and all the family come, and it's a great big fun and social time. Also a time for babies. We celebrate baby Jesus then, but it's a time for babies, and it's just a time for family connection, warmth, growth, service and support. I think that's where I want to end that part of it. 2020 is a year for you to understand your emotions, for you to understand you, to accept you, to find free will, to own the free will, know where you're going, please yourself, not at the cost of trampling on anybody else. That's not going to work in your favor. But when you become your true self, you inspire others. This is a year where you will shine your light and become bigger, bolder, brighter, and better. If you've liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please do, and press that notification bell as I share more videos. If this has been beneficial for you, maybe check out your partner's personal year. The playlist is in the link above. And once you've looked at theirs, why not get them to check their own personal year out and get them to check your personal year out? Knowing your personal year energy is great to help you move forward. Knowing your life path energy using the personal year is even better. I have a series on the life paths. Check the link above, description below. These are two good, strong elements to help you move forward. But if you're ready for more, if you're ready to take charge of your life, if you're ready to get in order and live the life you were born to live, why not consider having a reading, a consultation, or a mentorship with me, where you get to understand all of your guidebook, your core numbers, and how they show up. This can help you in your relationships, in your career path, and just your general well-being. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing 2020, and I'll see you in my next video.